Well, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Michael S10 Shopping Garage. Of course, you know who this is. I'm Mike. Thanks to all my subscribers, my views, they're climbing. I'm gaining more viewers. Thank you all so very much. It's heartfelt. Hope everyone's having a safe, blessed 4th of July of 2023. And today we're going to do the start switch or ignition switch swap on the button from the column to the dash down at the cockpit area, or the console. And let's see, get this started. Here's what I'm swapping it out to. It'll look better and almost factory. There is vehicles out there that is push button start. I am still looking into finding out why it's not starting by the key. So my resources is behind time or backed up. They still going to get with me on this. I'm still pursuing it. I will find out sooner or later, more likely later than sooner. But I've changed my mind. I'm going to leave it push button. I know in a recent video I said I'm not going to do this, but yeah, I've eaten my words on this one. I'm going to stay with the push button, even though I do find out what's caused my key not to start it on my s10 aveo. Even when I do find it and I fix it or not, I'm still going to leave a push button start. I like the idea now. I have to use the clutch one last time, which saves everything in the clutch department on wear and tear. That's the second reason why I'm doing it. Okay, I want to turn this around and show you what's going on here before we get out to the car. Yeah, one more important bit of information before I get this turned around. That go on eBay or Google it, the heater control panel for the 07 to 11, or back in my time, kind of make, word association, 7-Eleven. So from 2007 to 2011, by internet information, that's all interchanges with this. It's all the same, and you'll see what I was up against doing this and scroll through when you find it from 07 to 11 to scroll through that heater control unit to get the picture or the view of the back of it to see what I had to do. That's not a plug that's in my dash. That's actually apparatus, I think, to be holding the from cold to hot switch. And either it died on me that way or I caused it. I think I caused it. I'm not going to fix it. It still works. That when I turn lights on at night, that dial don't light up. But I'll get it memorized from where I want to put it at anyway. So let's turn it. I'm going to turn this around and show you what's going on. Okay. Here's what I use for a piece of wood I use to gauge on the switch. Well, so I can get it here. And I had to tweak it. A little bit of blue electrical tape, black electrical tape, doesn't make any difference. On keep it kind of snug, and it fits a little snugger into the console of the car. You get this at your local auto store. I'm not going to use the nut. And I use this as a template. Here's my setup. You may not have the same, but I'm sure you can find something to do it with. That's the size of the bit. I did it this way, so I went to use a drill and yank or break something in my console. So I did it by hand, slow turn, little 1/8, 1/4 inch increments to do this. So give me just a second. And from a vernier caliper, there's the size of the bit. If I can get maybe a better light at this. There we go. That's the size of the bit. Just a bit different. Oh, that's the type of switch. And there you go for that. And I used a spring-loaded center punch. And for the little tabs of plastic I need to pick out my needle nose, and for pulling the wire through, I've got this set up. Let me move my caliper. Well, my Madeira caliper, that is. I'm going to use this through the whole, well, so I get it here. There we go. The old long reach grabber, if you can't bend over to pick something up, use this. Okay, in the picture here so we can all see it. There we go, I'll do it this way. And of course, just do it like so. And from that point, to smooth out the hole a little bit, fine rat tail file, any bigger pieces or snags, chips, this type of file, it's also fine. And if you can read this, I barely can some of this. That's what the bit came in. Picked it up at the flea market. If you're wondering what the glue's for, the collar, the radio, it was being stubborn. All but one clip become loose, and I had to get it out so I can show you in a little lower here in the video what you're up against if you decide to do this. I snapped the ear off, so I glued it back on. It probably won't hold, but at least I'm trying. That's what that was for. And to actually get the hole drilled, I used a small bit. I'm trying to remember what size bit it was, but it's a lot smaller than this. I did the center punch to get it started. Used a super small bit. Hold on just a second. I started the hole at a 1/16, and believe it or not, it surprised me, or shall I say shocked me, that the bit broke. Them little reinforcement pieces of plastic in that, what I thought was a plug in the console, nope, it snapped the bit. And then I went to this and went up to, get this to focus if we can see it. All right, turn it over, we can read it. Okay. Sixteenth, quarter. Turn over on this side, we can see anything. Nope, only this side. And unfortunately, 11/16, 5/8, 11/16. Went up to that and fine-tuned it with the rat tail file. I even tried to pop out I thought it would be plugged with the screwdriver. I snapped it on my smaller screwdrivers. I thought, uh-oh, I'm going to get something of unknown origin that's kicking my backside. So I did step bit and finished it up. So we're going to go out to the car, get this thing hooked up, and give it a try. I'm not using the nut. So let me get my caliper put up, and we'll be on our way. Okay, as you can see, we're out to the car. We're here at the cockpit, and there's the collar. Well, excuse me. The slot that the collar fits into, and we're right, 10 minutes into this. I YouTubed this, see how this would come out if it did, and it does. There's the hole for the clip that wouldn't come loose, and it just pops in like so, which is going back in. But as you can see, where it snapped on me, I know I didn't get it perfectly straight, but if it snaps off, hope it doesn't jingle in there, and I'll take it back off. But yeah, this pops off. And I apologize for this part. that I boogered the dash a little bit. Nothing major, but I know. I apologize once again. And for here, that's the reason why that's boogered up. This hooks into back down in here. Yeah. So like I said, YouTube it, Google it, eBay it, scroll through to where you see the back side of this unit, and you'll see what you're up against and what I was up against. And if you can see a little bit back down in there, okay, let me get it to where you can hopefully see some. Yeah, it was something else. Okay, now then, we're going from deleting this button, as you know, yeah, a little bit of a booger there. I'll deal with these holes later. To the newer upgraded version of this right here. And once it's in there, it's in there. I got one round of tape on it. That should do it. I may have to tweak it a wee bit. Okay, let's get this started. And give me a second and I will show you what I'm up against. Oh yeah, before we go any further, yes, I disconnected the battery and put my terminal guards on, and no power to the car at all. Okay, when I first started doing this video on the push button ignition start on my s10 aveo, I don't recommend you doing this. At least, let me get back to you about this. Well, for me, it does work. And to buy a new wiring harness, I found it on internet, eBay, other places, up to $1,000 for the wiring harness. If I would have to go that far, I don't know at this point of whether I buy a new harness. I hope to find a broken wire or dead short or what the actual problem is, and go from there. And it will probably dictate to me what how I'm going to have to do this. But for a temporary or permanent fix, this is the way you can do it if you choose to do so. But I choose to do this, and I'll keep you updated. Okay, right at 13 minutes into this, and that gripper tool I showed you through the hole, you can see it wobbling down there. I'm going to hook it to that and pull my wiring through. Now, as far as this hole is concerned, to get there, to get it with the 1/2-inch ratchet, turn it super slow and get all the burrs that you can out of there until you get it to fit. I thought about, like I said, using a drill, but if it snags something, I didn't want to make a wreck out of this. Okay. Okay, how many tries is it going to take me to get this? As you can see, it's hooked. Don't worry about the noise, but it's gripped. This is my second attempt. Let's see what happens now. How many tries? Take a little bit of finesse to get it up in here. There we go. Now I can release it. Yay. Now let's get it on through here. Maybe I can get it to where I spliced that I didn't want to, and use the splice part to hook up to the switch. It would be super neat. Okay, give me a sec. Okay. Let's see what we have, how close I am to getting the splice. That's going to snag on something down in there. I'm not going to yank on it. Yeah, I know you probably can't see probably no better than I can. So we're going to leave it as is. One little like more pull. Nope. Okay. So it's about right there. I'm going to cut it, open up the wiring, and hook it up. I wanted to make this all look factory, but as you can see where I boogered it, that's not going to happen. You may come up or devise a better way of doing it. I hope that you do. Okay, we're just over 15 minutes into this. As you can see, she's hooked up. No juice to it yet. So far, feels good. Now, in my opinion, once I get this flush, there's no coming back for this or popping it back out more than likely. So, one-time deal. And here we go. And the tape just takes up the room. Or makes for a fill-in. Actually, it just dawned on me. I'm going to leave a gap right here. Yep, just in case, and I can pop this back out more than likely. Yep, okay. Not too tight, not too loose. And a bit more of a bigger gap right there. I'm going to leave it that way. I hate it because I boogered that up, but I didn't know. And I tried the deeper gouges is where the screwdriver broke off. I knew I had a problem then. This is bigger than I thought. I thought it was a plug like would fit in this hole for the hazard lights. Okay, nothing hanging down there. As we can see, all is good. And can't catch it with your foot on the gas pedal. So let's hook up the battery and see if she bumps over. Stand by. And as you can hear it, okay. One of the reasons why I'm going the lengths of this car that I am, because I don't want to buy another car and have a note. I don't want to buy a used one and become warranty for it and be in deeper on the electronics and gadgets and gizmos on it that I don't know anything about and have to pursue into that. And I want to see how far this car will actually go, because I do plan on doing the motor, probably swap out the transmission eventually if it goes that far and I live that long. And I'm 63 now. So that's the reason why I'm doing this. And see if I can do it. So here we go. Fuel pump contact. Let's see if she bumps. I'm not going to start her. She bumped over. That's all it counts. She'll start. Well, I'll tell you what. For the video, let's just go ahead and start her. Let's watch the tack. Here we go. Bingo! We got it. Success! Indeed. So that's what we want. Just what we like. Absolutely. Fantastic. I'm happy with this now. I'm actually elated. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, keep those wrenches turning and easy on the knuckles, as I say. Oh, yeah. Sweet. And, of course, with the key. And off. That's it, y'all. I'm going to get this color back on a little later. And if this clip breaks off again, I just won't use it. I'm not going to glue it again. I doubt if it holds. But we shall see. Other than that, that's all for now. Have a safe, blessed 4th. And be very careful and enjoy the fireworks. And tune in next time as we're going so far on my 010 Aveo as the Aveo turns. And a reminder that for the heater control unit, minus this of course, that 07 to 11, or as the old stores were called, 7-11, just to be able to remember it. And scroll through it, get it to where you see the backside, and you'll see what you're up against. This does not come out. This actually, other than the switch I just put in, connects to this heater AC dial to do something. I'm just not taking this out to find out. Even though the number 3 on this doesn't work anymore. 1, 2, and 4 does, so that's good enough for me. I'm not half doing it, it's just not a concern of mine to get 3 working. And she's been a good, reliable car. I take care of her, she takes care of me. Let's get down. Yeah, you can see me in my hands, the star of the movie again. Okay. On that note, hope this video helped and educational, if you subscribe, if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for your subscription, and notification, and being a part of me with my vehicles and what I do. A lot of it I already do know. I'm learning, you're learning, or you already know, or you're a step ahead of me. Let me know. Help me out. I appreciate it. Teamwork and brainstorming, internet, and like I've said in a prior video, can't believe everything, but you got to know your pros and cons, do's and don'ts on what you're doing, looking at, reading. A lot of your project will dictate to you if it's a modification. Everything I do doesn't work perfect the first time. I admit that. A lot of things that we do don't work the first time, but it's the science of it, the persistence, the want, the will to do it. There's a will, there's a way. And to be safe about it and correct about it, and common sense plays a big role in it. And ask around, surmise your information, and go with what looks the best and gut feeling, or that you do see, find, and read and know about, that you know for sure the information you have is going to work. And go to it. I've been through it many, many years. I've been at this off and on for 45 years. I'm 63. I was trained by the best that's retired military, was Marine, Air Force, Army, and street rodders back in the day. Back when hot rodding was a big thing back in my time, and I caught the tail end of it into the late 60s, and I was 10 and 69. My family wasn't mechanically inclined. I had to learn all this, and with the guys that knew what they were doing, that were retired and trained me, knew what they were doing. They on hands work and books. Just because information in a book, or for now, in this modern day and time, internet, and some still do have the books, don't feel bad about having to look information up. That's what it's there for. Some of it's good, some of it's not. Some of it don't pertain to what you're doing, but you can take out the gray areas, hopefully, and get it to work. I do it all the time. It makes me want to scratch my head like I'm doing now and pull my hair out, which I'm not going to do. I'm just so glad I have a head of hair. So on that note, tune in next time as the aveo turns, or my channel, at Maniacal S10. See what's going on. And until then, wrench is turning. Easy on the knuckles. Save forth, stay blessed, and enjoy the holiday. Bye for now.